Bring back my GA, goddammit. You see this, CG? I'm coming for you. What is up, guys? And we are live tonight from the Outer Rim in what is another gorgeous night here at Urza's Holotable Hall. How are you guys doing? We've got JA, not one, not two, not three, but the four-time champ, baby. Yeah, I love it. I had someone call me out on Twitter as the four-time champ. It totally made my day. We gotta get the GA back. Capital Games, if you're out there watching, you gotta bring Urz his GA. None of this TWTB bullcrap. It's time for the GA, baby. There is nothing like it. Hey, watching you on my TV, well, I hope it's a good 70-incher at least, brother. You can see this beautiful face right here. This is the heartthrob of the Outer Rim. Did you see this aerodynamic haircut I got? I walked into the haircut place and I said, give me the Cubs fan, huh? And they were like, yeah, we know what that is. Here we go, guys. Let's just admire this 3PO. He's got the Zeta, guys. I really invested in my 3PO. Yeah, Mark, I think they've gotten a lot of negative feedback and a lot of negative press from this. And they looked at the Mace stuff and were like, let's really give them something to strategize about. And then they dialed it up where they flat out removed characters. And I think it's probably a little bit of the vocal minority that's, you know, taking to Reddit. You know, that is very much the game to them, is beating each other in territory wars. And when you take away their strategies and take away their investments, of course there's going to be a huge uprising around that. So I agree, Mark. It very much a slippery slope. And I think I know I sound like a CG apologist, and this is my own thought. So this is not something that I think their intent was to give us more strategy talk and allow these higher-end guilds to really figure out the puzzle here. I don't know. Maybe they just gimp the character a little bit, not a flat-out banning. Maybe that would have been the better solution. But again, they're learning from this, guys. They admitted to it. It's an experiment. You know, I think it's okay to just be like, oh, we'll just whatever. We'll just go along for the ride here. And I am not, you know, super competitive TW guys, as my guildmates will tell you. I think a lot of you guys have a different opinion. Mine is that I appreciate that they're trying to make it interesting. So we got Revan. So that's a problem, right? I would be pissed right now if I paid money for Revan and can't use him. Because you paid to get the advantage and you cannot use him. It doesn't help your guild. And a lot of guilds, high-end guilds, are... That I get. That is a problem. Traya, that's a guild reward. Not a problem for me. You can field an Imperial Trooper team without Stark. He's not essential. You can field a droid team without HK-47. And I will argue with each and every one of you that tell me that HK is a better leader than Lobot. That is insane in my mind. AoE Days, I mean, maybe on offense it's a better leader, but AoE Days just wrecks HK. I think Lobot brings so much more. You're getting the guaranteed speed bump. You're getting the optimize, so you got to cleanse there. You're getting health regeneration. Yeah, to me, it's like no contest in 2008, in 2019, like whatever. And then you got Dengar. You can totally field a bounty hunter team. Maybe it might not be the most optimal bounty hunter team, but you can still do it. You guys know a lot of my channel was built on the narrative that Darth Traya was always super OP and should have never. I mean, when Darth Traya came out and the top end guilds were getting her maxed out. Like, it was brutal as all hell trying to climb an arena. You could do it. I'm not saying you can't do it. I made a lot of videos on how you do it. Am I sad that she's gone as a person with Traya? No, I'm not sad. Like, whatever. I thought she was ridiculous to begin with. So, I'm all right with that one. IG-88, he's a crucial piece to droid teams and can fit in bounty hunter teams. But again, the droids and bounty hunters have great depth. Those teams are going to be fine. JKA, not relevant since ever. And then Death Trooper. So we have two troopers on the cut list here. Nihilus, Zombie, Jolie, Shore Trooper. So there is another trooper there. I totally overlooked it. So 1, 2, 3. So yeah, you're going to be putting... Not a lot of people are going to have range farmed up. I'll admit to that. So you're probably going to be putting someone in that 5th slot. Probably an Empire character that'll synergize well. Maybe you just, I don't know, RG slots there or something. Maybe you're the guy that has their range totally maxed and all the other troopers maxed is loving this because you can still feel the full trooper team. With Trey being gone and Nios being gone, you're not going to try and deal with that super tankiness. And they've just basically neutered the Triumvirate. And I'm fine with it because we've seen enough of that, guys. We've seen enough of this right here, this guy, and we've seen enough of this. Jolie, whatever. Revan's gone, so it doesn't really matter. Then you got Night Sisters Zombie. That hurts. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that doesn't hurt. The sisters are good, and a lot of people have them, but they're not too good, right? They're perfectly balanced. They're fun to play against. Maybe that was a little steep. Maybe just the reliance on them is too much, and that's why they got banned. I don't know. And then Django. Not a lot of people have Django farmed up enough already, so that's minimal impact as well. Now, CG's choices are very interesting to me. So they went with Raid Han, and that's a bit of a shock to me because he's a raid reward character. Obviously, the Rancor raid, so first reward character. A lot of people have him. A lot of people have him geared up and use him. I just think that they're probably looking at it as the offense is just too great, and there's so many rebels in the game that they're just going to remove the most offensive rebel out there. I mean, he is like Corellia's greatest export. Fulcrum getting singled out here. That is rough, man. Like, I just feel bad for Fulcrum. That is... Why? Why, man? She's beloved by so many. That is probably the best Star Wars Rebels character that we were talking about it earlier. Why single out Fulcrum? She is awesome. I feel like Fulcrum is the character in the game that has never got her time. And everybody that I've met that has Fulcrum geared up just loves the character and loves the art style and what they did with her. And then we've got Enfys Nest here. I totally get that. I mean, you know, you don't want Nest soloing teams. Can't imagine they're going to double down on this. I mean, they'll stick to their guns because they've made a plan. They're going to see it through. And maybe the narrative changes afterwards. Maybe everybody likes it because there's strategy involved. I like to change up. Interesting what to do with Night Sisters, for example, with no zombie. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be totally interesting. And then the counter to Night Sisters, obviously Troopers, they got hit really hard. So what are those matchups going to look like? I mean, that's the typical counter there. What are those matchups going to look like? Nick Reed says the issue is the fact that people who farmed all aspects of these tunes are screwed now because we don't have as deep as rosters. That is true, Nick. A lot of people with the super focused rosters, that's all they have is the good stuff. There he is. Django Fett with the sub, my man. In our guild alone, we have a guy named Triple Creek, and he has a super focused Baby Whale roster. And he's just, I think he started the game probably a good 2 years into it, if I had to speculate. Maybe 2.5 years into it. And he wailed out on all the best stuff. So he's going to be super impacted by a lot of these moves. CG, are you watching? I don't want to invoke Tusken Law on you, CG. But you better bring back my Grand Arena. Because I can tell you right now, I'm not happy. It's not a Bantha stick. Come on, Aldry. This is my Bantha stick. This is a Gaffy stick, ladies and gentlemen. And CG, I'm coming for you. Should we go with the pointy in here? Bludgeon somebody over the head? Or do we go with the poisonous end? You know how the Tuskens do it, guys. Let me just enlighten you. They dip the tip here, right here. They dip it in sandbat venom. It's poisonous. And from what I hear, one prick of this bad boy, and you're paralyzed. Here it can take down a crate dragon. I hear it's absolutely excruciating. Sort of like the feeling I get when there's no GA. I don't know what I'm talking about, guys. Bring back my GA, goddammit! You see this, CG? I'm coming for you! Good night from the Outer Rim, guys.